Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We are here for episode 47 of our Formula 1 22 My Team career mode. We got 3 races left in the season. We got Portugal, we got Brazil, and we got Abu Dhabi. And then in addition to that as well, Brazil will be a sprint race. So we got 4 total opportunities to score some points, get ahead of Sebastian Vettel, and secure our first and last Drivers' Championship in this F1 universe. As it currently stands, we are 18 points behind Sebastian Vettel, so we're gonna need some pretty good damn races here if we're gonna pass him, because unless he has any sort of DNFs or incidents, as I always say, he is probably gonna finish in the top 3 at the very least. We're coming off a pretty decent race in the USA. We didn't win the race, we took P2, and then Sebastian Vettel, I believe, was in P9 or P8, so he didn't score too many points. Carlos Sainz had a great race. He ran away with it at the Austin, Texas Grand Prix, and he ended up winning the race, of course, and we just couldn't follow him. I don't know what got into him in that race, but he's been on a little bit of a heater recently. So we got to watch out for him in this race as well. I will be keeping an eye on Carlos Sainz throughout this qualifying session and throughout the race. But we are here in Q2. We put up our first lap on the medium tires, so obviously not the greatest lap. We're down in P14 alongside Oscar Piastri and Yuki Tsunoda in the AlphaTauri. We're only 3 tenths up on the previous Flyers, so hopefully this will be enough to get us into Q3, because if we don't get into Q3 here, we're going to have a little bit of an issue, but we finish the lap 8 tenths up on the previous Flyer, and it is good enough to get us into Q3, and we are in P3. And then Carlos Sainz is in P1 once again. He beats me by 3 tenths of a second and 2.5 tenths to Max Verstappen. Sebastian Vettel is out in Q2, so maybe he's falling off here at the end of the season. He's starting to choke up this lead a little bit, because P11 is going to be a very difficult start for him, especially at Portimao. I recently discovered that it is pretty hard to overtake here. The corners are very high speed for the most part, so there's not too many like good overtaking tracks, and then, you know, with the elevation changes and everything, it's hard to get a good grip in the corners, especially when you're following someone. So we need to start on pole, preferably here as close to the front as possible. Hopefully Sebastian Vettel has a hard time overtaking, and hopefully we can just run away with this race, get maximum points on the board. And then I'm not gonna lie, I'm sure you guys know, F1 23 came out today, so I didn't even put up a first flying lap at Q3 because I'm just trying to plow through the rest of the season so I can get to F1 23. But we are going to cross the line here with a 1:15.6, and it's only going to be good enough for P3. We're going to be starting behind Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz, so we're going to have a little bit of work to do. And as I said, it is pretty hard to overtake on this track if you're not overtaking them in the first 2 turns. But let's get into this race. Hopefully Sebastian Vettel stays down there, he doesn't score any points, and hopefully we could win this race here in Portimao.
Let's talk about the engineer. They need second or better to ensure they stay in contention for the title. Anything outside of that, well, their fate is no longer in their hands.
So we're here for the Portuguese Grand Prix, and I might have said it in the, I guess, little intro part, but we apparently have to get P2 in this race, or P1, in order to stay in contention for the championship. So our season is on the line in this race, and the pressure is really hitting. That DNF really screwed us over. The good news is Sebastian Vettel starting down in P16, so we're gonna have a lot of leeway. Who knows, maybe like the United States Grand Prix gets into a little bit of an incident causing him to pit, you know, stays out of the points. He's going to be starting even lower than he did in the last race. And turn 1 here at Portimao is usually an absolute disaster, at least in the online races. And I think we had some drama at turn 1 last season in the My Team Career Mode series. But Sainz, after that amazing drive in the US, starts on pole position once again. That's back-to-back poles, and his win in the last race was actually the first non-Cyborg Porsche win, I believe. So good for him. We're also starting behind Max Verstappen, who's just been having an average Max Verstappen season. Just not his year in terms of machinery, but we're going to get on the grid here. We're obviously going to be looking to get both of them, at least one of them, going into turn 1. We have to get in P2, so let's get on the grid here. Let's see what we can do here in Portimao. With our season on the line here, we got 5 red lights, and this race is underway. We're a little bit of wheel spinning off the start here. Leclerc trying to see if he can go around the outside. Sainz with a little bit of wheel spin through turn 1 as well, so we can just dive down the inside here on Max Verstappen in order to take P2. So we have fulfilled the requirements of staying in this championship. Now we just got to keep it, and preferably we'd like to finish in P1. Sainz getting out ahead already. Oh, we got a safety car. Who got in the incident? Is it Sebastian Vettel? I hope it's Sebastian Vettel. No offense to him. But we are catching up to Carlos Sainz. Our pace is good, so that is a good sign. So no one is out of the session. I think there might have just been a minor collision, some debris left over on the track. So I'm assuming some people might go into pit here. I see a Haas, I think, that's going into pit. Not the other Haas, so both Haas's races are kind of ruined, and actually the Haas is the only car to pit, so probably just some debris from the Haas car. We were pulling away from Verstappen and the rest of the field as well. I believe it was around 1.8 seconds when that safety car came out. Hopefully we could do the same here, and we will get a rolling start this time on Carlos Sainz. So with our CRM5, we should be able to quickly overpower Sainz. And safety car is coming in here. Our tires are ice cold right now, but hopefully down this long straight we won't need too much grip just to get started properly. We're going to be right here on Carlos Sainz's gearbox. If he tries to brake check me, I'm going to be pissed. But we're not going to hurry him up like Max Verstappen. We're going to be just under that, and we're going to wait for Carlos Sainz to get going. Wait for him to go. Come on, let's go. I've never been so close to someone's gearbox here, and there he goes. He got the jump on us a little bit, but the CRM5 is quick enough to get past him. And here we go for the overtake to take P1 in this race. And we are in P1 before we even get to the first turn, but he's coming back at us. He's going to go down the inside. We're going to leave him space here, race him respectfully here. And it's not going to be enough. We got another yellow flag out. Another incident on track. Kevin Magnussen out of the session. Felipe Dragovic out of the section. Do we have another safety car? As Carlos Sainz is still racing us here down into turn 5. We got a little bit of wheel spin. He takes the lead back. Oh man, that's a little bit of a blown opportunity there. Yes, it's Sebastian Vettel. Dives into the pit, so he probably got involved in that little scrap here down at turn 1, 2, and 3 on the reset. He did start on the soft tires though, but the I guess pit window for soft tires was lap 11, so he's probably got some damage. He's down there with the Red Bull. I believe Lando Norris is there, one of the Alfa Romeos. So we're looking good right now. We are keeping up with Carlos Sainz, just kind of waiting for DRS to get activated here. We need to get past him ASAP before these tires start to drop off. Hopefully this time around we can keep the position. We might be a little too far back now to actually overtake it. Let's see. Wait. Okay, yes, we are going to have DRS. My heart dropped there for a second. We were definitely in that 1 second window. Okay, yeah, we're not going to get him here. All right. Well, we're going to have to go around another lap. He keeps running wide at the exit of turn 1. Hopefully, maybe he go for a little spin. Well, so here Gasly out of the session. We put up the fastest lap. We are stuck behind Carlos Sainz right now. It's insanely difficult to try and follow him, but we're doing the best we can. There's not too many overtaking spots on this track, I realize, because all the corners are so high speed. No really heavy braking zones besides like turn 5. but it's so hard to follow him through turns 3 and 4 that it makes it hard to get up close to him going down into turn 5. I think what we're going to try and do here is go for an undercut. So I'm going to box this lap, and we're going to try and go for an undercut here because I just cannot seem to be able to get past Sainz. We lose them in the dirty air. So maybe if we pit early, get on a pair of hard tires, and warm up those tires before he has a chance to pit, we could overtake him because I feel like our pace is better. We're just kind of stuck in this dirty air, as you guys can see. And he's probably going to pit in the next lap or two. And it looks like we might be traffic free when we get out there. So that is good news. We might just be with the...
Perfect job from you and the crew.
who's
there,
that?
mate, with
The
delighted
Williams, Alpine.
Look after these tyres
Okay,
now.
it looks like we'll be
Finish the
fine.
race on
Okay,
this
that is...
compound.
So Carlos Sainz is in the pit. Can we beat him out of the pit lane? It's going to be close here. Oh, he's getting out right now. No. Were we even close? No, we weren't even close. I think we lost time there. So now we got even more work to do. We're still right behind him. Oh my god.
The car ahead of you's just fitted the hard tyres.
Okay, we might get him here. We're really close this time. Last time we were like a second off. We're about half a second closer to him. Okay, we have to get him. I've been following this guy for too long. We're gonna get him here. We got a battery. We got a slipstream. We got the DRS. We got the fastest lap as well. And we're gonna pass him cleanly here.
Great manoeuvre.
Going down to the turn when we finally take the lead of this race. 21 laps in. We did have it momentarily after the safety car reset. Let's go. Holy crap. I was trying to go for that fast lap for like God knows how long. At least 6 laps back and forth. We would try it, then if we wouldn't get it. So we'd have to go on a cooldown lap to recharge the battery and then go at it again. We finally get it. I'm just, you know, trying to figure out where was the best places to use the battery because I tried holding it all the way down through the lap, but that doesn't really work, so you got to be a little bit selective with it. But we are on the lap 32. We are leading this race by 1.3 seconds in front of Carlos Sainz. He's getting a little taste of his own medicine, following through that dirty air. Surprisingly hard on this track, but we are getting ready to go on to the last lap. We're going to grab a teammate status for Sebastian Vettel as well. Last time I checked, I think he was in P8. He might have moved up a little bit. Teammate status.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 32.3 seconds.
That's what I like to hear.
Okay, they're on old hard tyres. They're 8th. Your last lap time was a 1 minute
beautiful.
18.1.
So
Okay, this is
Sebastian
the final
Vettel
lap of the race.
is in P8, so he's going to get 4 points, assuming that he makes it to the end, and assuming that we make it to the end. We are going to get 26 points, it looks like, unless someone decides to steal our fastest lap on this final lap here. We're actually approaching, looks like, one of the Alfa Romeos, and Carlos Sainz, obviously, as I start talking, begins to catch up to us. We're definitely not going to let him pass. We'll try our very best to. I do not want to choke this on the final lap here. We need that 26 points. Sebastian Vettel out of the session. That is music to my ears. So he's going to lose out on 4 points, and we are now back to equal in terms of how many DNFs we have. We both have 2, and he's parked up on the side going into turn 1, and he does not finish the race. So he just lost out on 4 points there. We are going to score maximum points to put us back on par, and we're still going to be a little bit behind of Sebastian Vettel. But with 2 races left, it is super, super close. I'm super excited for this finale. We got Brazil up next, and then we got Abu Dhabi, the season finale before we head to F1 23. But we grabbed the fastest lap, and we actually grabbed the fastest lap by a few hundredths of a second. I had a 17.427. Lando Norris had a 17.474. So about 5/100ths of a second. We stole that fastest lap just at the end to get us 26 points. And I actually lied. That 26 points puts us in the lead of this championship by 8 points. I'm getting so excited, my voice is cracking a little bit, but 8 points we are leading over Sebastian Vettel. Now from this point on, I hope it's A, no rain, and B, no DNFs for me or Sebastian Vettel. I want it to go right down to the wire. Hopefully we can come out on top. If we don't come out on top, I'm going to be very sad, because that means we did not win a driver's championship in this whole My Team Career Mode series. We're going to have to start over in F1 23. I was getting a little bit nervous in this race. I thought that maybe Carlos Sainz was going to be able to hold me off. I found it so hard to follow him closely throughout the entirety of that Grand Prix, and then I just kind of said, you know what, screw it, and I used the battery in every single corner that I possibly could, and it was enough to get us right onto his gearbox to pass him. I think it was lap 21 or 23, so thank God, because we had trouble keeping up with him in the USA. So Carlos Sainz is on a little bit of a heater right now, and he's kind of just getting in the way of me getting closer to Sebastian Vettel. He's obviously not in this championship fight whatsoever. He is down in P4. He's actually ahead of Lando. Wow. And I think he's the only other driver besides me and Sebastian Vettel to win a race this season. But we will see how the last 2 races of the season go. If you guys are looking forward to that, be sure to hit the notification bell so you guys know when these last 2 races come out. If you guys really enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel and drop a like on the video, and I will catch you guys for the Brazilian Grand Prix, the second last race of the season, in the next one. Have a great day, guys.